I swear I haven't had this much fun with a shooter since Call of Duty 2 from 2005. I mean, yeah, it's been that long. It's also another huge coincidence that many of the people that worked on COD 1, 2, 4, and 6, which is Modern Warfare 2 to all of you Call of Duty noobs, have made my new favourite multiplayer shooter of all time. I'm not exaggerating, I mean this with 100% truth and honesty. It is my new favourite multiplayer shooter, hands down. This game also shows there are a lot of problems in COD today, and specifically the last two being COD 9 and 10, which would be Black Ops 2 and Ghosts. Now, I'm not going to get into a Call of Duty rant, but when I've played this for 5 hours, I literally said, fuck it, I am done with COD. I've been saying this shit for years. Please make a balanced game and bring back the fun into shooters instead of this camping, claymore, mine bullshit. With that we get year after year. Since Black Ops 1, I wanted that, and I personally feel that I and many others have never got it. But it took members of the original COD team to make it happen, and at that moment I was proud to be a gamer and to support the new Respawn Entertainment. Now, is the game perfect? Hell no, it is nowhere near perfect, but it is still a fantastic and fun as hell shooter that aims to take the Xbox Call of Duty fan base and destroy it whilst bringing in new fans and appealing to both hardcore and casual gamers at the same time and alike. So I'll start the review off with the positives and get the negatives out of the way later on. Firstly though, I would like to say a big thank you and well done to Blue Point Games on an amazing port of Titanfall for Xbox 360, as that was the only version available to me. They did a bang up job bringing the game to the now previous console generation, but at a cost of a month long delay, which sucked, but I felt was worth the wait. So well done guys, congratulations. The frame rate stays at a consistent 40 to 45 frames per second, which, when it drops, is barely noticeable, which is great, as the game is incredibly fast-paced. Speaking of fast-paced, though, that is another positive of the game. It is hands down the fastest FPS I've ever played, without a doubt in my mind. It's so fast that the, on average, 12 to 15 minute matches feel like 4 or 5 to me. I'm not even kidding. I feel like I've jumped in, and then before I know it, the game's over. The transition from on-foot pilot gameplay to buff sliding Titan gameplay and vice versa is amazingly done well, and simply done by just holding the X button. It really accomplishes its goal of making two different gameplay styles easy to switch and adjust to at the player's will. The maps are beautifully designed and well made, with many different routes and vantage points to take. Also, the maps are well designed for the different styles of gameplay, unbelievably well. With the pilots hopping across rooftops and off buildings, having close quarters confrontations in buildings, whilst outside on the streets, Titans are shooting rockets and beating the shit out of each other on just roads and fields. I feel the weapons feel very Call of Duty-esque, as they kill quickly and they don't have too much recoil. But long-range kills I do find to be quite a challenge, separating the average player from the skilled player. There are only 10 primary weapons, which consist of 2 assault rifles, 2 submachine guns, 1 pistol, 1 shotgun, 2 sniper rifles, 1 semi-automatic rifle, and 1 light machine gun. All of which feel very balanced and have their pros and cons in different battle situations. To accompany those primaries are 3 sidearms consisting of a revolver, a machine pistol, and a standard single-fire pistol. Finally, you can also have an anti-Titan weapon, which are essentially rocket launchers and grenade launchers, which are used to take out enemy Titans. There are 4, including a semi-automatic rocket launcher, a charging single-fire rocket launcher, a 5-round magnetized grenade launcher, and a charge rifle. But after all of that, there are some negatives which I must talk about and at least mention. Firstly is that the Xbox 360 version suffers from the occasional texture pop-in, which really takes me out of the game and can be quite annoying, but overall, it's not too big of a deal. Secondly is that I find the connection is usually fantastic, but sometimes absolutely horrendous. To help me lead into my third point, I'll give you this scenario. So, I'm in a watchtower, like, kind of area, and I'm picking off players and grunts out of a window. When a player on the enemy team is running down the corridor, trying to get me. So naturally, I see him and I turn and fire at the player, who sometimes they've been jumping off walls and shit and trying to, while they're running at me. Every bullet that I hit is a successful hit. But when the player got near me, the screen froze for like the smallest amount of time, unfroze, and the player had kicked me once, and I died, and they had 1% health left. Now, this has happened a few times, and it is just as frustrating as the first time it goddamn happened. Now, point number 3, the kick. Oh my god. That's what I have to say to the kick in this game, okay? That right there. Yes, it is great for conserving ammo and getting a load of kills on grunts. But when I shoot the shit out of someone and they bounce off the goddamn walls and I'm hitting them with everything I've got and they kick me and I die, it is absolutely ridiculous. How the hell does a kick to the stomach kill me, but 10 bullets to that guy's chest doesn't do shit to him? I realise he has double the health of a grunt, and I realise that this is a sci-fi shooter, but give me a fucking break. I can believe there can be Titans and shit, but you're going to tell me a guy kicking someone in the stomach does more damage than bullets or a rocket launcher? On what world? I'm sorry, that is the biggest complaint I have with this damn game. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the connection hopefully will be fixed with patches on the servers and stuff to reduce the lag. Like I said, there's barely any already, but when it lags, it is almost unplayable for me, I find. It's like, if you want to kill minions, great, it doesn't matter if it lags. If you want to kill real people like most people do, including me, you need good connection. Point number 4 is that when I have doomed an enemy's Titan, I go to punch him, which usually would start an execution animation and ending the enemy in a pretty cool way. But many times, might be just the 360 version, but I'm finding that my Titan will punch, the fist will stay there, the enemy Titan will combust and explode, and the game continues with the fist just retracting. Now, I want to see the cool animation. I understand that if the player ejects, but, and he explodes, fair enough. But sometimes, I swear to God, I have them, they're still in the Titan, even though they're doomed. They've just got doomed, they don't realise. And I punch, and it should, like, rip their arm off if you're the Ogre, or you should rip the guy out if you're the Atlas, or rip him out and like, throw him with, obviously, the Atlas, and then pull him out as the Strider and squish him. But it's just an explosion. And it says, oh, you terminated him. It says the thing that it would say after the animation. So there needs to be an improvement on that. The animations are a bit stiff on 360. I think on Xbox One and PC it's fine. I haven't heard any complaints about that. But for 360 it's happening to me pretty much every time I try and do it. And then I'm like, every time I actually do the animation, I'm like, holy shit, it worked. It really annoys me. That it makes me kind of go, you know what, then if I'm not even going to see the animation, why don't I just shoot him from a distance? At that point, it makes me go, well, what's the point if I can't even see the animation? So, please fix that. Fifth and finally, the biggest point and problem I have with this game is that the campaign and story is complete fucking garbage. It's absolutely terrible. And a complete waste of time, in my opinion. The only reason to play the 4-hour campaign is to unlock the Strider and Ogre Titans to use in the official multiplayer. I know I mentioned that in my first impressions video, so I won't mention it anymore. But don't buy this for a story expecting The Last of Us or something like that, because it makes Brink's storyline look Oscar worthy in comparison. I'm not even joking. So if you want more detail on the story specifically, check out my first impressions video, because by then I'd already finished the campaign. Overall, I will say the game is fantastic, and if your only choice is the 360 version of the game, I would say just go for it. It's a solid game, and hopefully the sequel will be on PS4 and possibly PS3 if games are still being made for the older consoles then. But overall, my final score would be a solid 8 out of 10. It's a great game, but a flawed game. Hopefully, Respawn will take the negatives people have said into consideration and use what they have that works and is good in this game, and both improve these and bring more to the table to a sequel and maybe any other games Respawn makes in the future. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope this has helped you. Thanks.